Hello, everyone. I'm the okayest bassist. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Doing this, as you can tell, quite differently than normal. There's chat. There's chat. Let's see. Oh, it's behind the microphone. Awful. Terrible production. I'm at live at the Apollo. Sure. Yeah. That's where I am. Definitely not in my studio at home. So hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can or if you can't. Again, I'm doing it a little differently. I have my phone set up in my normal recording setup. Going to try a live unboxing. The iPad is still running everything over there. So the phone is over here. I'm looking at comments, trying to see if anyone says they have anything. Recording using the iPad is always fun. Dyno Dan, the bass man, had this sent from overseas. I believe it was from Italy. Had it sent to me so I can do an unboxing. And I decided, since I already have videos logged all the way through the end of the year, and he's wanting to know about it now, I should probably just go ahead and do it now. So we're doing a live unboxing. They covered this entire box in tape. Like tape, everything. I'm not best pleased with the packing, but again, the nice shirt. Yeah. Can you hear me all right? Hopefully I'm coming through. Anyway, the packing is pretty torn up. However, it did, again, came from Italy, all the way across the ocean. So I don't have any expectations that something's going to make it all the way across the ocean and U.S. Customs unscathed. This tape is more ripping than being cut, so whatever that means. Okay, I think I got all the tape. Let's find out. It's loud and clear. Well, I'm usually loud, so there is that. Okay, so the box is a whole bunch of other boxes pieced together. Oh, wait. That's fine. So it is literally just stacks of banana boxes that are pieced together. So let's remove the base. Okay. They filled the entire box with just carton. That's gonna make the mess. Stay. Okay. Sorry, I didn't set up the top view. Didn't feel like it, pretty much. So, get the foam paper out here. Don't worry, Dyno. I will pack it more nicely when it comes to you. If I have an extra gig bag, I'll try and wrap it in one. So, paper to go away. So I don't know a whole lot about this bass. Don't know a whole lot about much of anything, really. But as far as this bass goes, I know that it's spinny. I'll tighten that. I'll go through and do a full setup on it for you, Dyno. I'm not saying that it'll survive once it ships to you, but hey, do our normal first inspection. There is no name on the headstock. It was discussed amongst our group. What we suspect is this is probably a guitar technician luthier who purchases kits and then puts them together, assembles them nicely. The woods look good. I mean, it's definitely finished. The There's some debris on the tuners, but nothing a good cleaning won't fix. Classic style tuners, no hip shot ultralights here. Wood looks in good condition. There's a couple of small nicks on the back of the neck I can see through the light. Let's see about the back of the body. Just some debris from shipping. Looked to be a couple of tiny little nicks, but I mean, that could have been from the finishing. Some runs in the clear along the edges. I don't recall what Dyno paid for this. I remember it being a pretty good price for what it seemed to all come with. Everything else looks pretty good. I do like the frets, look nice. Nothing snagging or grabbing me. So that part's good. It is a J&J setup. I love the plug on the front. That's what I had done on Eins. It's got a switch, I presume active passive, but I would, I guess, be wrong because I don't see anywhere for a battery box unless you're removing the entire thing. It looks like we have, I did not see it, but there's someone else to join. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, old people of all, anybody, any people or not people, anyone watching, bully the kid.
What's up, man?
The man, myth, and legend.
What's going on, man?
Now this is weird. Oh, I know what's going on. I have me hooked up to the phone so the audio synced right. You're on my iPad. So I can't hear you. But my wife is watching in the other room, so I can kind of hear you.
Okay.
So there might be a slight delay. I may get up and switch. Actually, I'm going to try that. Okay. Pause. Everybody wait. Talk to him, bully. Distract the people.
I don't really
Designated distraction. Like the designated driver, but I'm not inebriated.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for having me. I don't really know what to expect from this, but I was told to show up, so you know, here I am. You know, it seems that the collection of bases has increased yet again. Oh, hey, Elliot, how you doing? It's adorable.
Okay. I don't
All
know
right.
if that helped. I turned the phone volume up, so I should hear you better until I can switch to the iPad.
How do you uh, how do you normally do this?
I don't do live unboxings, so
Oh,
there's that.
okay. I didn't know that's
Okay.
what this was. That's cool.
Let's see. Let's see if this breaks anything. Okay.
I hope everything's okay. I also have this gadget and I don't know how to work it.
Okay.
Don't buy stuff off Timu willy nilly.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. I've switched it to the iPad. Okay. Now let's see if I can hear you.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can. Cool. Okay.
Wonderful.
So anyway, this is the unboxing for Dyno's. I don't remember what it's called. I keep looking over there, but series parallel switch. Okay, so that's what that does. So that's it. There's not like, let me see. Sounds like it's in two. No,
Looks
would
cool.
not be. So that's the one for Dyno. Hooray.
Okay.
I
It is
will.
what he built or what?
No, this is he'd sent it in the chat. It was the one of that comes from like Italy. We kind of think, I think Chris was saying that he thinks it's probably a kit base that someone goes through and puts them together nicely. Um, it looks pretty good. There's a couple of little finish questions I would have. Like there's a run in the clear on the upper horn. And then there's a small nick right behind the fifth fret on the back. But I mean, it's not a huge deal. So there's that. I'm gonna hang that up. So now, for the reason that I'd specifically said for bully, stay. Okay. Which way is up? Probably doesn't matter. That's good for the microphone. Testing the durability. Okay. So hopefully I can still be heard.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a Sweetwater box.
Okay.
Shout out to Tim at Sweetwater. Because this is something I had on order for a long time. And I was told, good luck, because they don't come in. And when they do, you're not high on the list.
I guess that's fair. At least they told you.
Huh?
I guess that's fair. At least they told you.
Yeah, he was like, I'll get you one eventually. Okay. I'm gonna leave the room while I empty this of a bigger one. A smaller one. Oh, than the big box. Imagine. Look at that. Okay. Gigantic box. Just disappears. It's amazing. Okay. And the reason I was able to get one is because apparently someone ordered it and didn't like the top. Whew. Okay. I'm back. Hello. Unfortunately for all of you who have to look at me. So, I take this tape. Let me get. And inside this box, you'll never guess. Box.
Oh, that's a nice
Well,
box.
this was black. It needs plastic. So, might be better to call it a case. Presto, chicken. It's weird. Don't know. Thinking this way is up. So, just maybe that'll give it away. Little.
Oh, nice.
Oh, here we go. Put back my definitely sound isolating curtain. Okay, so for those of you at home who do not know this story, this is a bass that's been on order for quite a while. It's a lovely bass, I presume. Had one, and it was sent to a dear friend of mine so that he could look at it and try it out and see what he thought, and then it was going to come to me, and then if I liked it, cool. If I didn't like it, I was going to send it back to him, and then he sent me a message saying, hey, this is my Christmas present to me. So I not that this has anything to do with bully, just full disclaimer here. So this okay, it sucks. So bully may have a guess as to what's in this box.
Hey man, it should be a good time.
It is this. Good enough. It is a Marcus Miller Sire F10. So, yeah, I only got this because I'd seen it come in on an in-stock alert. And it was like, hey, we have this in stock, but only an open box. So I messaged Tim, and I'm like, hey, I know we got one of those brand new on order. What can we do on an open box, can you do any deal? And from my understanding, unless I misunderstood, which is possible, I got it at cost because a quote was given at a discount, and then this one was open box. Apparently, the person didn't like the top. Like, I don't know. I guess that means aesthetically.
Hmm.
Like, looks fine to me. I think Bully is firing guns on his phone. I hear, but
Really?
that could be nothing.
You do?
That could be something else. I don't know.
I think I
So,
have. Okay, well that I have to play with that later. Go ahead.
so F10. It has far. Let's see. It has two stacked knobs, and
You got the 5
three
string or
normal
16?
knobs, and three switches. So it has two stacked and one normal knob and three switches too many. Yeah, it could just have volume and a tone, and it does have the super fancy weight reduction pocket on the back. You can reduce it by the weight of two 9-volt batteries. Yeah, helps with the ergonomics. Probably don't cut the head off of it. That'd be
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
we could, but
I mean, yeah, could.
I've never been accused of being super smart when it comes to decisions on basis. So I
Mm.
keep looking over here because I can see Bully over there. Sorry to everyone else. So that's what this is. Now I'm going to try to switch back over there. Distract him again, Bully.
Yeah. So
Do distractions.
I was very pleasantly surprised by how um, comfortable in my hands the particular example that was sent to me
Now I'm in
was. I didn't
stereo.
have to do much of anything in the way of setting it up or anything
Now
like
I'm
that.
back.
So it was really nice to.
Whoa, you got. Did you turn yourself up? You somehow got louder.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that's
That bad when we turned off. I just turned it
no. It
down.
was it was fine. I'm trying to switch the two of us, but I don't know how to do that. I want to
You
be
just
back over there.
click and drag.
No,
You don't do that?
no, that's on StreamYard.
Mm.
But the audio works on my Focusrite when I use Restream. So yeah, whatever. Okay, so I need a
I might be
mouse
switching.
to Restream.
Yeah. They slickly tried to raise my
Oh,
price to $88.
oh, well, I can tell you this on. Oh, I'm gonna have to switch microphones.
Not really, I hear you.
No, but I'll be over there. Stay.
Hmm. Yeah, so like I was saying, the the bass felt good straight out the box. And as of right now, I've never spent any time to set it up or anything like that. So I just left it exactly like it is. At some point, I'll probably lower the bridge down a little bit to get a little bit more. I might do it on here. Why not? I ain't doing nothing else. Um,
Don't do that.
to get it a little bit more faster while I play. But I like how it is. I did put strap locks on it from CFG. I actually had those on hand. The Sire does come with its own strap locks
Mm-hmm.
that are there
It's
in the case.
they look to be the same ones. Am I still coming through all right?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
inside the case. You got to look at the little pocket thingy.
Oh, my strap has the locks on it already. My
Okay,
locking, my D'Addario locking strap. Okay,
cool.
let's turn that
Because
down.
and that's
There we
assuming that
go.
it's that it actually is in the case because you said somebody sent it back, right?
Yeah, I don't care. My strap's fine. It just snaps right in there.
Uh,
So
but yeah, if I do anything to it, I'm just gonna lower down the bridge a tick, and yeah. So aesthetically, does it check the boxes for you aside from all the knobs?
I like the single cut. Um, it has a headstock, so I mean, it's got that mark against it. But
You got a few bases with headstocks on it now.
I mean, but not. Let me
You
see
can't
this
do
one.
that then.
Haha. There we go.
You can't do that. Ooh, the white
You
one.
said, does it tick
That's
all
my
the
girl.
boxes?
Oh, I guess I did.
That's a box.
Okay, that's fair.
Everything
fair.
else on it seems, I mean, does it? It obviously has a little bit of head dive just because it has a headstock, but I mean, weight, of course, it's not. It's not an EHB. It's not, 6-7 pounds. So, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure
I
you got
like
a
it.
fixed track
Feels
though, so
it feels good. It's got the rounded what you doodle, whatever they call theirs, the edgeless or whatever.
what you doodle.
Mm-hmm. Similar to a doohickey.
Mm-hmm.
I do like these. I just got these in at the same time. They're the Spark Neo
Okay.
Positive Grids headphone amp.
Okay.
And I realized since it comes with, like, this is the Spark Link, their wireless transmitter.
Mm.
I did a comparison about these and like some that were as cheap as $30. Spoiler alert, because the video's already out. These are good, but they're not $120 more expensive good, at least in my non-professional opinion, because they broke. Like the housing broke as soon as I plugged them in, and Elliot like touched it and pushed it a little too hard, and the whole housing came apart and it wouldn't snap back together. So can't quite tell, but it's super glued. But hey, it still works. And they gave me my money back. I was like, I'll send it back. And they're like, nah, don't worry about it. But the headphones come with one of these. Looks just like it, except instead of gold, it's a slate gray, like a metallic dark gray.
Okay.
And it is the transmitter, so you can plug it straight into your instrument and then have a wireless connection, and it claims basically no latency, which is great because I can plug that into my Focusrite, and now I'm wireless and I can still hear all of that, and I don't keep catching it on wires. So I
Nice.
really like this. And I tried it at church today, and when it was just me playing, perfect. Everything was great. No latency. When the whole band was playing and it was acting as an over-ear monitor, the sound got muddied. So I don't
Mhm.
know if it was just too much signal all at one time.
It could be the mix. Do you have any type of control over what you hear?
I was using that, and it turned out halfway through the songs I realized I was on the wrong mix. They had me on mix 5, not 6, and no one uses 5. So if they had, someone would have complained because I was cranking it all the way up. I didn't realize this had its own independent volume control, so I was like, oh, the mix is just really quiet. Cranked it, no difference. And then finally I figured it out. But by then, I didn't have a way. I didn't have enough time in practice to start messing with the sliders to like lower the drums, or because we have regular drums, they're right next to me, so I can hear them through the headphones, not plugged into the headphones. So I'll figure it out another day. But it's working great for this.
Congratulations. I
I like it. Makes me
I
happy.
do something. I do something similar. I mean, I have the microphone here, and then I have the. I can go straight from bass directly to the Focusrite, which is essentially what you're doing, except you also have headphones. So it's all one
Well,
little.
I use the headphones are the Focusrite's audio out
Yeah,
rather
same
than to
little
a
ditty.
speaker.
It's nice.
Which of these is the volume?
But yeah, I was looking for a doggone Allen key set. I know I have one around because I'm
Wouldn't
Allen.
any key you have be an Allen key?
Yeah, beat you to the punchline.
Which of these is the volume key?
There you go. Are you small keys? Keys?
Oh, that is.
Mm,
That's a lot
coming
of
in
signal.
meaty.
It sounds like it's in tune to me.
It's close.
Look, we're like twins. I got a little boy here
Ebony
for Allen.
and ivory.
Come together in perfect harmony. Anyway,
Don't play that. There we go. Let's get it going, baby.
I'm about to say, I almost always have to do setups when I get a new bass, but it's because of changing the strings to the tapes, because they usually have if they're rounds, it's not as big, but like I bought used that had flats on them, and flats usually have almost double the tension of a tape wound. I did find another company. I think I told Johnny about them when I got this one.
Is that Dingwall?
Yeah, D-Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, remember at NAM, where I stood for like 5 hours trying to talk to Sheldon, then got ignored. Their rep who did take the time to talk to me, they had their new white one, and I was like, "That's pretty. Does it come with a maple neck? Because that would just be slick." And the guy was like, "Yeah, just send an email to our customer service team. Be like, hey, I want the new white D-Rock, but I want a maple fretboard neck instead." So I sent him an email, like at NAM, and I thought, okay, it's going to take them a while. It's NAM. So I waited. Like 4 weeks later, I sent another email through their website because I got the email back of, "We received your email. Like, don't worry." So I respond to that a month later. Still nothing. So 2-3 weeks after that, I go through the website again and basically get the answer of, yeah, we don't do that. If you want one of these with a maple neck, then order a custom shop. That's your option. So I was like, oh well, that sucks. So I'd messaged Tim, and I'd had an Ibanez 605 MS that I'd ordered through him, and then they had this Dingwall come in, and I think it was, I want to say, because Sweetwater weighs everything, and I think that they said it was like 8 pounds 10 ounces,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of them were like 9.5 10 pounds. So I was like, hey, how close? I know not super close because they're expensive, but how close can we get to the same price? So he sent back, he was like, "I know you got a card with us. How much do you have credit left on that card?" So I told him, he's like, "Yeah, we'll make that work." So it finished out my card, but he sent that. But of course, the D'Addario tape wounds only go up to like a 35.5 inch scale.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one right next to the Dingwall, this one, which I got from Johnny, is a
Is that a
30.
red club?
Well, yes, it's the Gear for Music brand. It's their newer release of it. The headstock actually just has the G4M, so it's not Red Sub brand. It's Gear for Music brand now,
Oh,
because
okay.
we'll rebrand it in case it, I guess, didn't have good reviews. But it's a 36.25 to, I think, 34.75. It's like the weirdest multi-scaling I've ever seen. But I have the D'Addarios on it, and there's like a 1/4 inch of the silk past the nut for the B. So I knew the D'Addarios would not at all work for the 37 inch. And I have a set of labella that are made for that are a 38 inch string, but that's from ball to silk, not the scale length. So they were too short. So I found a place there out of Germany called Pyramid Strings, and I messaged them and I was like, "Hey, I've been told you guys make flats for Dingwall," and they were like, "Yeah, we do." I was like, "Is there any chance?" I'm sure it's a no. You guys could make tapes. They go, "Yeah, whatever. We hand wind all our strings, so we'll make whatever." And I was like, "Okay, how expensive is it going to be?" And it was like 64 pounds or euros. I think it was euros. So I was like, all in all, it was like $80, which the D'Addarios are 65. So it was like 15-20 extra dollars to get a custom made set that was going to fit. And they feel great. Like there's, so the labellas, we've talked about it before, the labella tape wounds feel slick, where
Mm-hmm.
the D'Addarios feel smooth.
I believe I
Those,
described them as floppy, plasticky. In my professional opinion.
the labellas, yeah. The pyramid feel like what happens to a cloth after it's been washed a bunch. like it feels still like cloth, but it has like some texture to it. And I every time I play it, I think these are the best and the worst tape wounds I've ever used because they're not super smooth, but they also feel really good. So I don't know, but I really like those. I like that dingwall. It sounds great. And I didn't realize this until after I'd gotten through and ordered it. The D-Rock standard is all passive. It has that triple pickup passive system, and it's great. I like it. Like it a lot. But now we both have F10s. I thought it was weird when I saw the picture because I thought they'd added a third pickup in the middle or a ramp because there's so much of the.
Burl. I realized something. I've never played that song.
Now figure it out in 15 seconds or less.
I probably could. Hold on. Play it again. I'll actually focus this time. Yeah, I'd have to sit down with that one. Now, if you would have stopped after the first 4 bars, probably. But then I forgot what the heck the initial one was.
I'd say there's a little bit of bass in there.
That's fine.
Nope. It's the only song I ever tried to play slap on.
The only song you try to what?
That's the only song I try to slap because it's the only slap song I've ever cared to try.
I don't blame you. Oh, no, I had to get that.
Ever since you turned on your bass, your audio went quieter. I don't know.
Mine?
Like while you're just talking, that's fine. Like I don't know what's going on. It's like a weird game, like almost like a noise.
So while I'm talking, it's cutting everything else out.
Kinda, and it might
So
just be me.
So as I'm talking, it's choosing whichever audio to do.
No, it's just your. I don't know. Like I said, it's almost like a selective gate because it's picking up the bass and you, and I think it's equalizing them.
Oh, I could just be playing too close to the microphone and it's hearing string noise as well.
It could be.
I don't
Either way,
Yeah.
it's fine. What do you use for your mic?
This is it's a neat Busy Bee. I have 2 of them. This is my I got this one. This is the Queen Bee, and then I have a Worker Bee. It's really their names. The Worker Bee normally looks like this. You normally see me with it. So here it comes in a basket. And I normally have it set up like this on my desk. That's why I do my podcast junk too. And because I broke the basket and it cost about the same to buy another one of these as to get it, I went ahead and sprung Z-Zounds and bought the big sister.
Gotcha.
And I got it, and they sound relatively the same. It's just this one's a little bit more discreet.
Yeah, I've got the one I use here at the piano is the one that came with the Scarlett. I got the studio.
Oh, the
set, so
microphone
it's
that comes with it's not bad.
CM25.
Mm.
And then the one that I had over there is MXL VM 250. I don't know. I was on the phone one day with Carol and I was like, I need a second microphone for when I'm recording the videos, not doing the live stream, because I didn't want to keep unplugging the mic and putting it onto a different boom and stuff. And she was like, well, let me look. And I was using my points, and I think I had like $50 worth of points left. And she goes, well, I don't have a cheap microphone that has good ratings, but I do have a used one that's $30. She goes, you can use your points, but you won't earn any points, and we have to charge you shipping. And I was like, well, what is it? And she told me the microphone, so I did a quick Google search, and it's like a $120 microphone. For some reason, one of the Guitar Centers had it for $30. So I don't know who marked it on that price, but I took it. So it works.
Mm.
Trying to find it.
I have to listen to it.
It's just the open A. Then you go to G sharp, C sharp. Fourth fret.
Yes. I don't ever play open strings, so that had me at a loop. I usually don't play open strings unless I really got to. So I'm like, how's that transpose? I know it's that. How do I transpose? Nope. Yep. Okay, maybe.
Down beat over one and down five, so it'd be the ninth.
Oh, that would make sense. Look at this. I thought that I had this locked in. I was like, it's not where it's supposed to be.
You're trying to play in drop D?
That's gonna be my next cover song. I'm gonna figure out how to do it.
I just threw. I told it to anyway. I just threw that one that I'd sent to you guys, the where I had the stupid AI image, and then I just built a crappy little drum loop in GarageBand, and then I played the bass line to it for I think 2 minutes. I just threw that up, I think, as a short today.
First time I ever played that. I listened, I heard it, I was like, hey. Oh. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it must be nice to be able to just do crap like that. I already knew that.
Are you serious, dude?
I can play it in the octave.
I think the only song they gave me until I figured out the pattern was pretty much Hotel California. It gave me fits. That and Them Changes by Thundercat. I need to tackle his other song, Dragon Ball Durag. Like I have it, like I played it, but now I forgot it. So if you don't use it, you lose it. But this one, ooh, I get to be jazz. Yeah, man. So, do you have a go-to bass line when you're testing out a bass? Or did you just play them?
Yeah, no, those are in it. I thought one of them had gone live already, but I can't keep track since I'm set to release through December. I did a multi bass audio video where I'm gonna do. I think I do 4 basses in each one, and I do the same licks in order with each bass set up the way that I like. So they all sound almost identical because they're all in passive. They're all with basically all the knobs either maxed or at noon. If it I don't have there's only one bass that I've done the audio 4 that didn't have a passive mode, and that one's already gone because I thought it had passive and it didn't, so it went away. So yeah, no,
This
it's the same.
this thing that you have with active passive. What's the deal? What is this? Why don't you like active bases?
That's too much to deal with. I just need it to turn on, be as loud as it needs to be, and if it sounds way too bright, to turn the tone. I don't do a tone knob at a vary. I could have a tone switch. That'd be great with me. Tone on, tone off.
You want to keep it completely funky?
I could
If
just
I
get a
had
Joe
a
Dart.
jazz type setup, I would really do that. I do a volume and a tone on off switch. If I had a jazz setup and it was set up like, here's my ideal setup, right? Ideal setup for me, I gig as a musician as my job. Okay. I would have a 5 string, let's say Chevelle ish bass. I have a red one, a burgundy one that's back over there, right? So it would have 2 pickups. I would either do Seymour Duncan's quarter pounders, or I would do Bartolini, whatever's in there, because either I'm gonna go mellow or I'm gonna really be hi-fi slap. I might go EMG because they do a passive system, but that defeats the purpose because of what I'm about to say. So I would go 5 string bass, Bartolini pickups, jazz humbucking with a volume and an on-off switch. Could be any color. I prefer the whole bass itself to be black, matte black if I have my choice. And then that would be my Death Star
So
bass.
two volumes, I would guess. If
Mm-mm,
you've got 2 pickups, you're not blending them at all.
mm-mm. When it comes down to it, I really don't use it like that. Or if I did have 2 pickups, it would be volume, blend, on off. So basically a Joe Dart bass, but 5 string.
Yeah. When I saw the Joe Darts were coming, like again, I was like, if they had a 5 string Joe Dart Stingray, I would have wanted to order it because that doesn't even have a tone knob, so it's even less. All you need is a volume switch, on and off, full volume, no volume. That's it. You don't even need a switch. Unplug it and plug it back in. The no controls bass. So I guess what I'm saying is you just need a purely acoustic bass. You don't even plug it in. It either has volume or you don't play it.
Hey, it's been wonderful. I appreciate you having me on here, man.
Afraid AMP's just gonna show up. No, acoustic basses are awful.
We high fived in the first bass house. He was like, and that's about as stupid as an acoustic bass. I said, Amp, I love you. He was like, heck yeah. Amish. He was like, what? I'm Mormon. Oh, okay.
It's
Made up
fine.
story. Should have happened. Didn't. Hey, Donald Dan said something at
Oh, I lost the chat.
5:37. Real quick, have you guys seen the drama behind that guy that was stealing guitar solos? I'm gonna say
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
He
He's
also
talking.
said, let's hear that other bass, which I'm
Oh,
assuming is his.
yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, he's talking about oh, what's his name? Like Turo. Danny Sapko put out a video. It was a guy who was huge Instagram guitarist. He had like brand deals, he had endorsements, he had all sorts of stuff. And then it came out that I guess, he was finding small creators who had like videos with like 57 views. He was finding a cool solo that they put together, and then he was re-recording it. But then he was also selling the tabs for it, saying it was his own music, all sorts of craziness. I don't remember the name of the guy, but there's a guy who does like interviews on you. I don't know if he does it on anything but YouTube, but I guess he gets like big names on his, and I guess he'd had the guy on there, and Giacomo Tura, that's the guy's name. And I guess he got on this guy's show, and the guy started interviewing him, and the Giacomo started playing, and he was like, "Oh, you really can't play that well, so yeah, we're done." And he wouldn't even put the video out because it was like he had a separate video, and he was like, "I have standards of who I let be on my show," and he didn't meet them. But the guy was like 800,000 followers on Instagram. He has since, like, he put after Danny Sapko put out all of his stuff about like the guy stealing music and people who had come forward saying, "Here's my solo that I did a year before Giacomo put his video out, and you can see I have 57 views on mine. He's got like 50,000 views on his, and his main platform was not YouTube. He put out an apology video on YouTube because, of course, that's where Danny Sapko's group people, followers all saw it. And then he deleted the video. Then he deleted his entire YouTube channel. So, but like apparently nothing has come forward from him of a like the apology video wasn't, "Hey, I'm sorry to these people for not crediting you." It was like, "Hey, people are saying this stuff about me, and it's kind of sad that these things happen, blah blah blah," but did not like apologize or directly credit anybody. So yeah, that's what Dyno's talking about. It's Giacomo Tura. Like, so Danny Sapko put out the first video, and then like Charles Bertu had actually done or attempted to do a collab with the guy, and then the guy played at NAMM and ditched his recording job that he was hired for. Like Charles Bertu on his video was like, "I paid $6,000 to get this place booked, flew over to get this done." And he messages me and says, "Hey, I was at NAMM and I got really sick. I can't make it to the recording session." Like the night before at like 11 at night. And now Davey 504 a couple days ago, he put out a video about the guy. So it's been, I think Scott's Bass Lessons put one out yesterday. It's been all the thing for the big channels to talk about, like, because this guy, again, Instagram like 800,000 followers, but on YouTube it was like 10,000, maybe 20,000. Like it compared to 800,000. People are like, "Well, his YouTube channel didn't have that much," and it's like, I'll take them. Hi, you give.
Hell, I'll take them. I ain't got nobody.
Throw all 20,000 into the bullyverse to spread as they choose. Let me grab that other bass.
Yeah, man. I think I have to change the batteries on this bass because bass things. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah.
go
While I was
crazy.
at church today, the guitar I use, the acoustic, it has a battery, of course, because it has to have an active.
You gotta have a tuner, right?
It doesn't have a tuner. It's a Harley Benton, and it's a Harley Benton knockoff of the Ovation, like the bowl back.
Okay.
And I was trying to play it, and I was like, "I can't hear anything. These new headphones suck." And then I was like, "Oh." And I pushed the battery test button, and the light didn't come on. So, of course, I pulled the battery, licked it. It was dead. So I looked, and I couldn't find, we had a box where we keep our 9-volt batteries at the church in case an instrument needs one. And it was empty. Someone left the empty box where it goes. So there wasn't any, but it looked like there were. So I was like, "Oh, hey, wait a minute." And I brought this EHB with me. And I was like, I never play it in active, so I just popped the battery out of it and put it in the guitar. Let's tune this here. That is a very floppy A, as opposed to be a B. Dyno, I'm going to tell you right now, I hate this thing over the front pickup. It sucks.
You know,
Elliot
honor
keeps
of you, I
telling
did.
people. Do
I
what?
don't know if you ever had to swap over to the tape bass. This is my exclusive tape bass.
There you go. I have exactly one bass. It's actually the one I took to church today. That's my exclusive not tape bass.
With the fretless.
No, the fretless has tapes on it. It has flats.
Okay. Is there a reason why you decided to do that?
When I was putting the tapes that I had on it, because it's multi-scale and because it's headless, you have to clamp them. And I use the thin CA glue to hold the binding so it doesn't unravel. And when I clamped it down, I guess I clamped it too hard and it pinched the string, so the entire metal of the string unwound from the core. So I messaged Dario and George Santos, the guy who always seems to answer whenever I send in a thing of, hey, here's what's going on. He said, okay, you got your player circle code that came on the bag. I sent it to him. He said, I'm sending you a new set. But I had a set of tapes or flats from when I first got this one. So they were already cut to the right length. So I just put them in, and it's silver. They're silver strings, so it looked good. Let's see here. I don't know what any of these knobs do. I presume they are two volume. The knobs are interesting. So 2 chrome knobs and then 2 black knobs.
I would assume 1 and 1. Is it a battery in it?
No.
So volume tone, volume tone. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I'm not getting anything out of it.
Turn them all up.
I had them all turned what I thought was all the way up. And then I thought, okay, maybe they're
Is
Sadowski
the
knobs.
system
So,
on?
what? Yes. The wireless transmitter is on. The Focusrite is in instrument mode.
Does it show any type of signal in the Focusrite?
No.
And there's no battery, you say? Ew.
That didn't.
No, that's not how that works. This is a DC system. It doesn't work AC. It's not gonna. Okay.
9-volt batteries are DC. Stick your tongue to one of those and tell me that it doesn't work that way.
I guess so.
I win.
All right. A DOA.
One for me. Well, I thought I heard something earlier. That's what's weird.
Down Dan says DOA. That's interesting, though.
Let me try something else here. I was just working on the F10. Wait.
I'm not supposed to do that.
That is weird. I swear that when I plugged it in, before I tuned it, that it had a signal, but apparently not. Well, Dyno, yeah, may want to. Okay,
Investigation is needed.
just as a triple check. Well, maybe there's hope. I just plugged Eins in, and I know Eins works, and I'm not getting a signal out of that either. That's weird.
Forgot how much I like this bass.
Which one's that? Sterling 30. Is that just a Ray 5 or a 35?
Yeah, it's a Ray 5. Ray 5 that I modded up.
What's mod?
Huh?
What's the mod?
Put in an Aguilar AG5 pickup and Ardare preamp with a volume mid, high mid, low mid, treble. And bass.
Eins works.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking this one's like I could pull the pick guard off of it and take a look, but it's one of the old-fashioned bases that needs a cable, Dyno says.
You should have a cable. All them bases, go get a dang cable.
I've got one. I was going to get it. Calm your britches, it'll be fine.
My bridges are calm.
Stay.
Nope. I need a shiv.
It wasn't the word I thought you were about to say, but I mean, either way.
Well, I gotta turn this truss wheel, and it's one of those where you just need to.
Something pointy.
Yeah. Most part.
Yeah, see? It's a DC system.
Okay, fair.
I don't understand AC versus DC. It's still only going directly from one end to the other.
Seriously.
Okay, so there is a signal. When I'm wiggling the wire, there's a signal coming through.
Okay.
But it's just that it's a crappy wire.
All right. Now what? What did I do with it?
Well, Dyno, look like it's time for open part surgery on the base. Yeah.
Oh.
I hate this cable. This is one of the cables that comes with a thing. I don't even know what thing it came with.
So those usually suck.
Yeah, this one definitely holds up to that reputation. So I would. It's up to you, Dyno. If you want, I would say reach out to the person from whom you purchased it. And be like, hey, send him a link to this video. Tell him the time. Be like, hey, at this time you can see bass gets plugged in. There's no audio. See what he says. I mean, if you want, I can definitely open it up, pull the strings, take off the pick guard, take a look at it, see if there's something simple on the wiring that I can see. But yeah, I would definitely message the guy and be like, hey, it's not working. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to
Wait,
have...
so he got this and he sent it to you before he even got it himself?
Yeah, he did what I did. He's sending it
I
around.
look crazy, man.
I mean, you're right. At least I didn't say this is my Christmas present, so
Hey man, look
He
here.
was gonna get
Sometimes
it.
you can't stop it from happening. You know.
Speaking of sending bases around, has the one reached on its next leg of the train?
The hilts. Mm,
Okay,
it's right there.
that's
Do need to send that out, but I have to wait till this week. I get paid. So it
maybe
will, and it's supposed to go to who next?
prop,
Okay, so I'll get with him. Send that
because
on.
it was you, prop. Um, I don't think Sono. I'll have to check. I think it was just you, me, you, prop, and then I know Leah wanted it last specifically. And
Okay.
then once she's done, she'll send it to me, and then I'll reach out to them and be like, "Hey, what do you want me to do with it now? Is there somewhere else it needs to go?" Or, and they said that if I decide I want to keep it since it's already been opened and used, that they'll probably just say, "Hey, you want it for this cheap." So, depending on how cheap this cheap is,
This cheap is okay. So granted, you're talking like this. I'm gonna assume things before I even has the video came out.
mine,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no. Um, hold on.
What's going on, Charles? How you doing?
Actually, put this over here. Oh yeah, there is
It
a
has been a
chat.
long time since I streamed Bassang, huh?
Yeah, months. I
I
think it was
I
last
should.
year.
I wouldn't say that.
I did.
So it was probably like March, maybe February.
I can answer
Go ahead and
that
bring that back.
question with a quick search on the YouTubes. Let's check the subscriptions. Bully the Kid.
13.
Base. Last base hang I see was 125 streamed 6 months ago, last year.
Did I call it a Bassang? Then?
Base hang 125. That was the words I just used, yeah. Click lives and make sure. Or I'm sorry, no, you're right. I
I was
don't know
about
why
to say.
125 was it was the top one in your recent uploads for some reason, but when I
Yeah, I
clicked
think I was like,
live,
I know I'm like at 132. One of them I was lazy and didn't do a thumbnail for.
well hell, I know it was yeah, that was the last one. And that one I can tell you's old cuz I see me and I still have my wife's whatever whoever it is, Vincent Van Gogh shower curtain hanging behind my head with a blue wall instead of green. So,
Yeah, it's been a
3
minute.
months 3 months ago.
It's been a
Anyway,
minute. I need to bring that back.
so to the other question, you had asked if that's out. That video won't be out for me until May 14th.
Okay.
Yeah. There's and that multi-bass audio one I was talking about, it should have gone live Wednesday for what licks I play
Okay.
the test of
So
those.
that'll be sequentially in order. If yours went out this day, and then I got it, mine comes out probably 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
Well, that's the review. The unbox comes next Wednesday for me.
Oh, okay.
I do the unbox, and then I think it's like 5 weeks after the unbox that the review drops. Because I always have it for like a week or two before I'll do the review. Or in the case of most of them now, because I've got stuff slotted for 3 months before the next empty video slot, I haven't done a review in some of them for months because the longer I give it, the more I'm going to know about it. So I don't need to record one for the next week.
I guess that's fair.
Thank you. I try.
But yeah,
So you do your base hangs, and then we can visit twice a week.
yeah.
Twice as much Travis in your life for the same amount of money. That's a deal.
Wait, there's money involved? I don't have money.
I said with no money.
Oh, well, yeah. I also have a toy I got to figure out. This is my answer to Sono. I got it from Temu for $14. We gonna see what this does.
I had looked for apps Like I wanted just to get an app that I could load on my phone, so when I did something like this, I was going to try and have it like on my phone to the side with those, and I was going to find a way just to patch in the audio but not the video, and then just tap on the screen what I wanted, and I decided it wasn't worth the amount of work it was
Yeah,
going to be.
if I figure out a way to program whatever sound I want to it and use it like a digipad, it's gonna be over, bro. It's gonna be over.
Charles, could the guy just open the base and send you a video of the guts, or was that already said? I mean, Dyno's got to reach out to the guy from whom he bought it and see what that guy wants to do. Since it came from Italy, the return shipping would be not cheap. So depending on how much Dyno paid and what this guy, I mean, that guy, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. If you pay with a credit card, you can call your credit card company and be like, I bought a thing. It doesn't work. There's live video proof that the thing doesn't work. I've reached out to the guy, and if the guy is like, no, you've got to pay return shipping for me to fix it, then I would turn around and be like, no, either I get my refund or you're paying return shipping, you can have your base back, and then fix it and sell it to someone else. And if the guy's like, no, I'm not doing that, then I'd call the card company and just be like, hey, he
For
sent me something broken. He wants me to pay hundreds of dollars to send it back to him. No, I would not do that. I did that exact same thing for an animal we had purchased for our zoo when we had a reptile zoo. Person said, oh, it's completely tame and fine. Got it there 3 months later after letting it acclimate, still tried to bite everybody. So it was like, yeah, no, we let people handle animals in our zoo. This is not going to happen. And the guy was like, well, it was fine when I sent it. Like, you wouldn't send me a video of you handling this animal. No. It's like, I will send it back. No, I don't want it. I'm like, well, then thank you. Sent all those messages to the card company, and they were like, yeah, fair enough. Here's your money back. But
people.
anyway, thanks for coming, Bully.
Hey,
We're
you know,
even more twin-like than we were before. And Elliot keeps he was telling the drummer is our music director at church. He hates being called a music director because he says he's not a musician. He's just a drummer. But he PayPal's even better for that. Message them through PayPal, not direct message. Use the PayPal messenger system. That way you can open a case with PayPal. But no, I was talking to him, and after service was over, and Elliot comes running up on the stage, and he looks at him. He goes, it's 57 days till I see Bully at Bass House. And the drummer's like, what did he say? I said, my wife put a countdown widget on her phone so it will tell him each day how many days it is until Bass
what
House.
happens if I can't go?
Then he'll be sad, is basically how that works. We keep telling him, like, now Bully might not be there. Bully's going to be there. I'm going to meet Bully. And it's like, okay, but Bully might not be able to be there. He has his own kids, and he has stuff he has. I'm going to meet Bully at Bass House. It's like, well, we'll see. I keep trying to tell him, like, I know Leah's going to be there. So I was like, you're going to get to meet Lobster. And he'll be like, yeah, I'm going to meet Bully.
That's funny.
So,
Why me?
I don't know. Anytime you have a video and I'm watching it in the living room, he will stop for a few seconds watching his cartoon. If he hears it, he'll come in, he'll go, it's Bully. I gotta watch Puppy Pals. And then or Paw Patrol or whatever he's watching. He goes back, like, he comes in there to see you, and then he goes away because you're not Paw Patrol. Sorry. But no. And when I told our drummer what he'd said, he's like, he's excited to meet him, huh? I was like, I was like, Bully's awesome, but I'm still trying to figure out why he's so fixated on meeting Bully.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's great.
That's cool.
But it's just so funny.
I feel, you know how you say you never meet your heroes, right?
Well,
like I have to go over the top and be like extra awesome. Then he's gonna think that's what my personality is.
no,
it's lose.
No, it's fine. Don't do that. He's 4. He can have some disappointment that you're not a superhero. It's fine. Like I told Dot, because we were talking about it a while back. She's like, why is he so excited to meet Bully? I was like, Honestly, we live in the middle of like redneckdom. Bully's like,
Uh,
it might just be because you're black, and he's like,
could
that's
be,
cool.
could be,
I don't know.
very well could be.
No, Charles, I'm pretty sure. I think I figured it out. Last time, I'm pretty sure what happened is it said it was hooked to my Focusrite, and I think it was on the iPad microphone because I kept trying to up it and nothing seemed to make a change. So I think that Restream. I figured one thing out. If you don't sign out of Restream and sign back in, like since it's a week at a time, it does weird stuff. Like one week, it wouldn't let me on because it said my YouTube channel wasn't linked to Restream, and it showed that it was linked. And I said, "Okay, confirm the link." It's like, "Yeah, yeah, you're confirmed." And then I was like, "Okay, go to the channel. It's not linked." So I signed out of Restream and signed in, and it worked. So I'm thinking that because I forgot to sign out, that when I went back in, it used the same settings, but because the Focusrite runs off of USB-C, that's off of a hub that hooks into my iPad. And earlier, because I take the iPad to church on Sunday to do all the music, since I make all the master sheets, I think because it disconnected, but Restream was still showing in Safari in the background, because you can only run Restream in Safari, you can't run it Chrome. Stupid. Anyway, I think it was still in the background. And it's like, okay, I'm connected to the Focusrite. But then when I plugged it back up, it was trying to send it to the Focusrite that it didn't know where the connection was. So I think it defaulted to the iPad microphone.
Hmm.
And I think it was trying to do, I think it was sending like half the audio. I don't know. It was bad. I tried watching it here on our soundbar and cranked it all the way. And I was like, oh, well, unfortunately, I can't watch me while I'm streaming. I could now. Before I couldn't because it was just this last week they upgraded our internet here to 100 meg. We were on like a 50 that sometimes was as good as 40. I would be streaming, Dot would be watching the stream, and if anyone else in the house was using the internet for like a game or streaming, that's why I kept having timeout problems. So now it's better. They're going to upgrade us more. It's going to be wonderful. But I think that's it.
Yeah, everything's been pretty seamless as far as what you got going.
Yeah,
And just think, man, if I hadn't have pestered you last year, you wouldn't be doing any of this.
and I probably would have significantly more on my bank accounts because I probably wouldn't have all of these, but it's a good
I'm
time.
sorry, and you're welcome.
Yep. Now my wife's standing next to me staring at the walls.
Oh, well,
It's okay because every time she starts putting herself down for wanting to spend $50 on some extra vegetables for a week's worth of groceries, she'll go, "That's a lot of money." And I'll go, "Have you seen my wall?"
that's a lot of money. I think your wall is more expensive than my wall,
I would.
probably by a lot.
It is a lot of money. I spend a lot of money on fruits and vegetables.
Uh-huh. She's whispering at me that she spends a lot of money on fruits and vegetables.
That's not bad. Could be worse.
Well, it could be. It could be better. She could spend it on stuff that I'll eat. But
Hey, this
just means
dude
it
drinks
lasts
milk by
longer.
the gallon in a very short amount of time. I just want to say that out loud because I found it astonishing. He bought 2 containers of Heinz ketchup for
Yeah.
a 3-day stay.
Yeah.
He bought a gallon of whole milk and chocolate milk for a 3-day stay.
Yeah. And was there any left over when we left? No, there
I
was not.
find it astonishing.
You
My
should look
stomach
up.
started hurting just looking at that milk in there. I was like, I know this is white people. I know this is.
Look up. Look up the comedian Deliso Choponda. He was on Britain's Got Talent. There's a skit that he does where he's talking about he has a friend Matthias who was going backpacking across Africa because he's a weird white guy. And he says he's sending him to stay with his uncle because that's like one of the places he's going through. And he says his uncle says, "Do not worry. I know how to make white food. I can make rice." He says, so apparently my uncle thinks white people eat white food. That's how that works. He said, so I send him to stay with my rice uncle, Ben. And it was great. It was a whole great He's from
Is this
Malawi.
dude black? Is this
Yeah.
dude black?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
All
actually
right.
got a lot of really he got a lot
You
of
gotta
really mean he got a lot of
you gotta
really mean
thread that needle,
comments.
boy. You gotta
He got a
thread
lot
that
of
needle.
mean comments because I think it was he got a golden buzzer, and I think it's his second or third show. He gets up there and he's talking. He's like, "Did anybody realize the last act who got here, who also got a golden buzzer, was from Kenya? This episode of Britain's Got Talent is brought to you by the former British colonial empire." And of course, he gets laughs, and then he's talking later. And of course, Aisha Tyler's one of the judges, and he's talking. He says, "You know, a couple hundred years ago, him being up here and me being up here, this wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been an entertainment show. This would have been an auction." And he got so much he's like, "I love being here in Britain because when you make someone mad, they send you a letter." He's like, "That's all I've gotten." He's like, "My hotel has been inundated with very strongly worded notes sent to me." He's like, "That is not how it works where I am from. You have to watch for the people that are angry for you because they will be waiting." But no, it was great. So, yeah, I drink a lot of milk because
Yeah,
I'm
man.
white, I guess. I don't know how it works.
I was in disbelief. I thought maybe the house as a whole really liked cereal, and I can get with that. You know what I'm saying? Who don't like little Honey Nut Cheerios or something?
I knew we would need plenty of milk. Johnny and I were both there, and we're going to have tea. So I knew milk was needed. And I
Well,
was
here's
already
the thing.
ordering.
I didn't know between which caucus person this was responsible for, but I also had initial questions on as to why the African American milk was in there because I didn't want to
I
speculate.
wanted to be equal opportunity in case
This
someone
mother-
wanted white
Listen,
milk or the chocolate milk. They were both available.
I am a married
I was
man.
gonna get I was gonna have strawberry milk, but there were no ladies staying there. So I'm just saying I was trying to be fair, trying to be even.
Every time I think that you're not going to push the envelope, it's a little bit further. Every time I'm like, we've reached a nice impasse. He said about everything he could say that's questionable to me. No, not even close.
Oh, like when we were walking against the west wall after we talked to everybody and we looked through the band stuff, and you'd been talking about the accents I was doing, and then we were on our way back to close.
Mm-hmm.
I'll push
Yeah.
envelopes. I'll fold them and mail them. They're going far away.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm thinking I'm about to put this back on there.
What's it from?
The Hamel.
I'm
Think I
waiting
have.
for Sterling to release their Bongo 5 in the purple. It's the only other bass that I haven't already set up that I want to get. But anyway,
I used to like that bass. Yeah, I played it and I was like,
I want to try it. I don't know if I'll like it or not. The biggest thing is before I would order one, I need to confirm it has a passive switch because I've heard bongos are usually all active. But it would be now I don't understand a company, and not just because I'm the passive guy. I don't understand a company making a bass that doesn't have a passive switch because if you're using it and the battery dies, you should have an option beyond stopping and having to put in a battery. But hey, whatever.
it's fair.
But no, we will see. Hopefully you're able to make it to Nashville. I'm sure we're
Yeah, I
gonna.
hope so too. It's
My-
looking pretty good.
My plan, I don't know. Like I told Dot, I had thought about bringing like a mic and an XLR cable with the Focusrite, and then if anything, have it set farther back. Like if everyone was sitting on a couch or at least a semicircle where we could have a wide shot camera, and then a mic in the center, and then if we have to up the gain and then do like a noise suppression, that would be fine because I have the stuff for that on my iPad that I could run it all from there. Because I don't know unless anyone could bring like whatever they are, a 4i4 or an 8i5 4, whatever they are, the ones that have like 4 different mic connections.
Mm.
But either way,
No. Sterling by Music Man Bongo does not include a passive setting. It's equipped as an active preamp and lacks a passive active switch or bypass feature. And the battery is removed or depleted, the instrument will produce little to no sound.
and you got that straight from their site.
Chat GPT.
Oh,
If you're seeking a passive bass within the Sterling by Music Man lineup, consider the SB14 model. It's passive 4-string bass with Alnico 5 parallel humbuckers, offering vintage warmth and dynamic responsiveness.
but I want a toilet seat bass. That's fine. Whenever it comes out, because of course they had no idea about it on the Z7, because it just said with passive tones. It didn't say with a passive switch. So, and I'd messaged people at both. Well, I asked Carol and Tim both, like, hey, does this have a passive switch? Because if it doesn't, I'm sending it back. And then finally got that answer. And then, of course, it came to you. So, there we go. And then I got that whatever color it was, the pink purple thing, and then mine was awful because it was all messed up, but whatever.
Let me just say, this list this year, one slot is already locked down. One slot is already, like, I do a best worst.
Oh,
One slot is already locked down, and I have I have to get out there in the bass world to experience other. So
I have a my worst bass. It actually comes out. I think since mine are on Wednesdays, I think like the 30th or 31st is on a Wednesday. But right before that, I have a video because it was one I ordered. It came in, and I've never received a bass that cut me because the fret ends were so crappy, and that one did. Like I did the like put my fingers on the edge of the neck and slit it, and it cut me, and I bled. So I was like, this is stupid. So, and that one came from Musician's Friend. So I got a hold of Carol. She's like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm not even going to take like a discount to keep this. I am sending it back, and I am not paying the shipping. She's like, I understand. I will take care of that.
You want a hint as to what that is? I gotta wait on it.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, Court A5 Beyond.
Oh.
So this one right here is the Court A5 Plus.
Uh-huh.
And this one has a neat story with it. I did not do an unboxing, so it will just get a review. But if you notice the body, it's supposed to have a matching headstock, but you'll notice it's not. And that is because that one was in a fire.
Oh.
It was in a music shop that caught fire. And I guess the bass, I don't know if it was laying down or what, but only the headstock got like toasty. But nothing, like the tuners work, they're fine. I greased them so they would be a little better, but like some of the paint got baked. And it doesn't say Court on the headstock anymore because like all the finish got cooked off of it. But it works fine. But the Beyond is the one that's going to be rated worst because and also it says on the information for that bass that it has an 18 millimeter string spacing and it's 16 and a half. Like they're wrong about their own bass. It was dumb. So yeah.
Okay.
Are you threatening me with a stick?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, real quick.
I'm apparently being threatened with that stick that just came in.
Yep.
So
I'll talk to you later because I want none of that. You have a nice day.
she might bring it to Bass House. Better watch out.
Probably not going to come to Bass House. Y'all have a nice day.
You've scared Bully away from Bass House now, just so you know.
No.
Because you're threatening me with a stick. Well, now Bully's gone.
I'm the wife. I'm allowed to.
Anyway. So Bully ran away. Let's fix this camera because it's catching way too much other stuff. Anyway, as always, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.